These are the things you think you need, but you actually don't need to start your dream business. I myself have been able to build a coaching business in only 9 months to 6 figures. And I will share with you what I thought I would need to build a business, but I actually didn't need. This is going to be more focused on mindset and more focused on parts that I don't think are discussed enough when it comes to creating the life that you want. First, you don't need the perfect strategy or the perfect plan to create your online business. Seriously, you don't. When I started my business, I had no idea what I was doing. I went full force into something that I just believed in so much. And I said to myself, well, Jess, you're just going to figure it out along the way. You're going to be fine. And this is truly what happened. I think so many people are waiting to create the perfect plan, to create the perfect strategy. They're overthinking every single step. But the truth is, when you're overthinking every single step, you're actually not realizing how much you're holding yourself back from just going for it and just taking action. The things that you will learn the most is by you taking action. A lot of the strategy will come into place, will fall into place when you just do the very thing. It's like I actually studied business management and marketing, and none of the things that I studied were actually helping me in building my business because I was only learning theory. I never learned how to build a business while I was studying. None of that information was given to me. I learned it all when I started implementing the things that weren't even what I was learning in the first place. That's why when you think of theory and practice, those two things are often very different. And so throwing yourself into the deep water is actually the best way to start a business and to trust that along the journey, you're going to learn everything that you need to learn. The second thing that you don't need is perfect timing. Funny enough, I opened my business 1 week before COVID was announced. And I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? What is this going to mean for me? I was really scared. I even applied for a fund to get help before I even started. And when I started, I was like, the timing doesn't matter because ultimately it was the perfect timing for what I was doing at that time. And if I would have trusted the world and the economy and everything that was going down, and I would have applied like what everyone else was scared about, and I would have applied it to myself, and I would have believed, well, now that everyone else is struggling, I'm struggling myself, I would have truly held myself back from going all in. And so I don't think there is a perfect timing to starting a business. Obviously, take it with a grain of salt. I don't want to say this applies to every single business, but I can say most businesses, from what I've known, the experience I've had, the clients I worked with, just start. Just start. And yes, there will be times where you might feel like there's a boom in the money that you're making, but most businesses, when they decide they will make a lot of money, the timing doesn't matter. It's oftentimes just a mindset shift and being able to adjust to the market and being able to innovate and create new things along the way. The next thing that you might think you need, but you don't, is to wait for other people's approval or wait for other people to move first. There were so many times in my business where I hired someone, or I wanted a business partner, or I was collaborating with people. And I really I'm a person, I take action. I'm like, I want something done, I do it today, sometimes too quickly. And whenever I was working with other people or thinking I was gonna, collaborate with them, there was so much waiting energy on my end. I was waiting for them to finally do the very thing I was waiting for, or for them to edit the video, or for them to do this. And I realized that I lost a lot of time by me waiting for someone else's approval or for someone else's decision to start this with me. And I decided, you know what? I will no longer do that. Because if you want to grow quickly, but also sustainably, you got to be willing to move before everyone else is moving. So I just decided I'm just going to do it and not wait for other people to do it for me or wait for other people to move first. I want to be the one to lead myself and move without needing to wait. The next one is a very controversial one because I do this work myself. I help people break through limiting beliefs. But if you right now are holding yourself back from starting your business because you think your limiting beliefs are the reason you're not starting your business, you're doing it the other way around. You can still start your business and start doing the work while healing yourself. A lot of people think they first need to heal, and they're finding all of these excuses, all of the reasons why they're not starting or why they can't do something because of who they are or the limiting beliefs or the trauma or whatever. But actually, while you're taking the action, you will get to know yourself so much better, And if those limiting beliefs come up, the breakthrough of working through that are so much more effective than just waiting around in your room, looking at all your limiting beliefs, but not taking action. You have to combine both. You have to be willing to look at, okay, there are limiting beliefs for sure. They're governing my life, but also at the same time, I can still take action and I can still work on myself and work on this business while tackling this other part of my life. The next thing that you think you might need, but you don't, is confidence. Confidence is not built by you looking at the mirror every single day and telling yourself you can start a business, but not starting it. Confidence is by doing that, but also taking the action. Confidence is built by proving to yourself that you can do something. Why so many people are not confident? Because they're scared to even try the very thing because they don't feel confident. But in my opinion, and in the way that I build confidence is by proving to myself that I can do something despite the fear, despite not feeling confident. When I did my first TEDx talk, I was so scared to stand on that stage. I was not confident. I pretended to be. But ultimately, after I left the stage, I felt like my confidence raised, you know what I mean? Like it increased. And now when I'm doing another talk, because I've proven to myself I can do it, I feel like my confidence has increased by me doing the very thing. It doesn't have to be something really big. It can just be you putting out a video on YouTube or doing a TikTok video and proving to yourself, I can do this. And this way you're increasing your confidence every single time you're doing something that you think you need confidence for, but it's actually the act that will help you build the confidence. And then lastly, what you think you might need, but you actually don't need are certifications, a million of them. I used to be so good at always looking for new things I needed to first know or first learn in order for me to be able to help other people succeed in their businesses or in their lives. And I always felt like I was holding myself back and fully going all in on my business and doing the very thing I wanted to because I believed I still needed to know more. I still needed to explore more. But you can still do both at the same time. If you're watching this right now, you are qualified enough to start what you're doing. And if you're not, you will figure it out along the way. This is such a big misconception. I see so many people constantly doing, like I used to be stuck in that rut. I would always look for new things to do, and that would be an excuse for me to not actually do the very thing I wanted to. But to me, the best business people are the ones who just do it and figure it out and learn from that. I personally work with mindset coaches, or used to work with mindset coaches in the past, of people that don't have a million certifications, but have gone through a journey that inspires me, and they have been able to go out on the other side and they're taking their learnings from their life and apply it into teachings. And that is what I want to learn. I don't need to learn, those basic things that everyone else is teaching. Like I'm learning from people because I feel their heart and I feel their soul. Yes, of course, you do want to have some knowledge when you're starting your business and you do want to know what you want to do. But at the same time, if you find yourself constantly, looking for the next thing that you feel like you need to learn before you can actually start your business, you're kidding yourself, because that's just actually holding you back from doing the very thing. And there's so many people out there who are probably so much less qualified than you, but are more successful because they just started taking the action and they just believe that they're good enough as they are. I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, please let me know down below. These are the things I wish I would have known. I would have taken action earlier. I would have, had probably quicker success. But yeah, I just really hope this was helpful. If it was, please let me know down below. Sending you so much love, and until the next time. Bye-bye.